Welcome back to part 2 of this series where we are, and this will also be the last part of it. It's a small series just to get started with AIO and how to set up things. So today we will create the server and then we will go in the server underscore tutorial.lua, and then we will go in and test and see how it works. So let's get started. So now what you want to do in the test or the server underscore tutorial again is we want to do the same. We want to write local AIO equals AIO or require. And here we again want to require the AIO module. Or sorry, AIO code. Next, we want to say local my handlers equals AIO.add handlers. And here we want to again say double quotes tutorial. And it's important that when you write this, that it's the same as your other here. So what you can do is basically to make sure that you write it correctly, go into your client, select this line with the my handlers and click Control C, then go back into your server and click Control V to make sure that it's correct. Next, go down. Now we want to, like I talked about in the last episode, or the last part, we want to call a function over here. The way we want to do that is, as I said, this is the name of the function. So this is print. The way we can do this is make the function here, but we need to create it so it's under the my handlers. To do that, we want to say function and then my handlers dot print. And then in here, as I talked about before, you need, and this is so important, you need to send the player so the code knows which player to actually print this and show things and stuff. So here, say player, comma, message, then end. Inside here, what this function does is just print to the server console. So we say print, and here what we want to write is just player with name, and outside of the double quotes dot dot player colon get name dot dot and double quotes again spaces message doesn't need to be uppercase, I just like it uppercase. Then outside of the double quotes, write your message. So now this will print to the server console and show that the player with the name here sent this message. What this actually does right now is that when we, on the client side, when we click the button, as I did in part 1, what happens is here, so think about it like this. As soon as I click the button has a script, or you could call it an event, listening for when you click on the button. When you click on it, it runs this function. And inside this function, what we do is AIO.handle, and we want to listen or talk to the tutorial handlers. Then we want to call the function with the name print. And as you see in the server underscore tutorial, we have my handlers.print. You don't need to write the my handlers because it already knows that it's connected to this because of this name. So that print, to write print here, And then we send, this is the message we are sending. The player you don't need to send as an argument here, because it already knows to send the player with it. So here, when this runs, what it actually is doing is that it's going into the server underscore tutorial Lua. Then it goes to this function because it should call this function. Then it gives the player who clicked the button, and then the message, and our message is the hello from button click. And then it does this code for us. And now, just so we can actually test this, what we want to do is make a local function and call it on command. And here write event.player.command. And this is, we need to register the event. Register player event. So this is like we have done earlier in the other series. This is just registering the event for when a player talks or sends something. So I know that's 32 or 42, sorry. And we want to say on command should be called. Now inside our function, say if here. If command equals test2, or you know what, we can try to call it my test. Then end, and then we say AIO dot handle. Oh, not at handlers dot handle. And in here, what we want to send with it is the player. Then we say tutorial. And again, it's important that it's the same as here. Then we say comma, and then the name of the function is show frame. Sorry. So here, we then return false. We return false because that's what we need to do when we are listening for this certain event. So what this code does is that when I write my test, so dot my test inside the game in the comment, sorry, in the chat box, then we so when I write dot my test, then we call this AIO handle. We send the player with it. We then send the tutorial. So tutorial is the name of this AIO thing. And then we say we want to call the function, or we want to run rather the function called show frame. And in client, our function show frame is right here where it has the argument of player. And we say frame colon show to show the frame. And that is basically all we need to do for our new custom AIO. So let's minimize here, and I will see you when I get back into the game. Now I'm back inside the game, so let's give it a test. So let's log in. Let's now type dot my test, and we see the window, and we see I am a button. Let's look back here. Let's click the button, and let's go here. And now we see player with name and my character's name. Message is hello from button. Click. So we actually just created a custom add-on where everything is working, and we communicate with the server from the add-on. And This is so amazing because you can create so much custom content if you really would like. Like, there's nothing holding you back from creating extremely complicated new content. I would say you could create basically everything you would like as long as you can do it with Eluna. And even later down the line, we can go into actually using AIO with C++. That's a bit more complicated, but it also works with C++. And we can even look into how AIO works, like behind the scenes, like how it sends the data and how packets works and opcodes work or sending to the client data and stuff. Right now I can show you just real fast what I myself made before. So here I have, this just doesn't work right now, but this was set up so that when you had points, you leveled up in Paragon, you would have points, and you see the different tables here or the different tabs. So you could actually give yourself nature resistance and movement speed and such. I have a video on my YouTube where you can check out the thing in action. So you got points and you could basically go up in stats and stuff. And all of this was made with Eluna and AIO. And this, my Paragon panel, as I called it, is actually a standalone add-on, so it's on the client side. So you can also with AIO create it where it's a standalone add-on talking with AIO in the same way as we did. But that's not really that useful, only if you need to like save special data on the client side. So if you have some sort of settings or something like that, you need to save to a config file, then you would create it as a standalone add-on. But since we don't have that, there's no real reason to make a standalone add-on to just put inside the client. So I think that's enough rambling from me. So that was all for the video today. If you liked this video and this series, please consider leaving a like and a subscribe, and comment down below if you have any recommendations for something I should look into, or any ideas on anything you would like me to create. See you in the next video.